And for certain commodities, size in metric system that is that is required. These are the declarations made mandatory under Rule 6.1 of Packaged Commodities Rules. And there are two kinds of packages, as you know. One is retail package up to 25 kilo, and the for the wholesale packages there are three declarations made mandatory. One is name and complete address of the manufacturer, and secondly the name of the commodity, thirdly the net quantity. These are the declarations made mandatory for wholesale package. The applicability of this chapter, I'll tell you. This particular packaged commodity norms applies to the commodities which are packed by quantity 10 gram or 10 ml and above, up to 25 kg it is a retail pack, about 25 kilo it is wholesale pack, and up to 9 commodity, if it is in terms of numbers up to 9 it is a retail pack, 10 and above it's a wholesale pack. So for retail packages I have told you the declarations what are required. For wholesale packs I have told you the declarations which are required. Yes, madam.
Uh, Thank you, sir. It was really very clear. So, my next question is, what are the specific PCO rules for food e-commerce platforms regarding the display of mandatory information digitally?
Yeah, very important question. As actually this era, all the people are falling into this e-tailing, that is online transactions, buying commodities through e-commerce. According to provision sub-rule 10 of rules 6 of legal metrology packaged commodities rules, the provision mandates the e-commerce platforms to ensure the mandatory declarations which are required under, as I said, according to rule 1, which are required under rule 1. As I mentioned, all six declarations, all the declarations should be made available in their respective sites, and only the month and year of manufacturing packing is exempted. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes, but does the department have any regular awareness programs to outreach the consumers as well as manufacturers? And what is the frequency in doing it?
Very much, very good question. Actually, throughout the year, we keep conducting the awareness programs at schools, colleges, because the students are the right medium to cause the change. So we have chosen the colleges, and these trading communities like Chamber of Commerce. After this COVID, actually the frequency is reduced. This and the consumer communities like shandies and some fairs, etc. In such places, especially at villages, in fairs and all, our people keep conducting the such awareness programs.
Sir, you have told us about the USP, the unit sale price. Definitely, we agree that it is helpful for the consumers because they can compare the prices for the same commodity. But at the same time, industries also face some problems with it, especially when they how do I mean they have this space constraint. So what do you think about this? Because there are several representations which have been made by the industry to the department, but I think till today nothing has come out. So we feel as industries, the at least the small SKUs should be exempted from the USP.
Basically, according to the definition, when any commodity is When it comes to sale, according to the requirement of the law, any commodity is put into sale, then they have to follow the discipline required under the regulation packaged commodities and norms. Because of the space constraint, the declarations can't be skipped, because every consumer has a right to know the information about the commodity. So accordingly, it is our responsibility, it is a manufacturer's responsibility to ensure the compliance. If there is a provision, if there is a space constraint, they can attach a tag which should carry all the mandatory declarations. If the size of the pack is very small, in that case, they can attach, firmly a tag in which all the mandatory declaration should be, you know, uh, furnished,
Okay.
because they cannot skip any information. Consumer should not be deprived of any information because they are paying for it, and if any information is missing, he cannot decide the commodity whether to go for or not. It is a loss to the manufacturer. Their commodity, if there is a lack of information on the pack, their commodity may not be sold properly.
I think with a lot of experience, most of the industries are compliant in most all the declarations. But sometimes what happens when there is large production, etc., there is skipping of some product, I mean, weight of the product, or if it is a biscuit type, for example, one biscuit may skip. So this sometimes leads to weight loss, and it skips and goes into the packaging. So I think the department has got what is called as MPE, that is the maximum permissible error that is given to the industry to comply. So, how does the LM officer draw the packaged food samples to determine the MPE of a product based on batch size? Is it a fixed number? Similarly, what are the protocols for online platforms in terms of sampling?
Actually, we have a very comprehensive net content checking procedure under packaged commodities rules. Normally, this net content checking happens at the manufacturing packing premises only. Ordinarily, we do not conduct the net content check at the retail outlets unless upon a complaint. Normally, this net content checking happens at the manufacturing packing premises. There, according to the lot size, madam, yesterday I shared one table. Kindly circulate that. Can you read it out, please?
One second, you just continue. I will just read it out.
Yeah. There actually, according to the the range of the lot, certain sample size has been prescribed. There is a prescription for what kind of for according to the lot size, how many samples have to be picked, all that. So accordingly, samples will be drawn from the lot, and they will be checked with a sophisticated weighing instrument, for which actually the very evalu verification counter verification interval, scale interval, that is called evalu, the readability least count of the machine, which will be less than MPE, MPE, so that the machine will be capable of reading the error. So using such sophisticated weighing instrument, we take up the weighments, and we are following the standard deviation method, that is sigma. For it is very highly scientific method, in which we'll find out the error, and even for rejection also there is a parameter according to the number of samples which falls under the rejection column. So accordingly the lot will be rejected. Could you get that
Mm.
table, madam?
Yeah, yeah, the table. So we can tell these people or the audience that they should see schedule the first schedule. So the first schedule, it's given the declared quantity and the maximum permissible error in excess or in deficiency. So if it is up to 50, then as percentage of the declared quantity, it's 9%. But 50 to 100, it is 4.5 gram. 100 to 200, it's 4.5%. Similarly, 200 to 300, it's 9 grams. 300 to 500, it's 3%. 500 to 1000, it's 15 grams. 1000 to 10,000, it's 1.5%. The higher, the lower the MP. More than 15,000, it is 1%. So people can follow this table and
Yeah,
ensure the weight.
manufacturers, I request all the manufacturers to use very sophisticated, suitable weighing instrument in order to avoid such legal consequences. It's my appeal.
Hmm.
Yes, madam.
Oh, the last question, last but one question on this legal metrology rules. Kindly explain in brief about the offenses and penalties and what kind of offenses can be compounded.
Normally, under packaged commodities rules, all the offences are compoundable only. There are no non-compoundable offences, and respective penalties have been given under actually this under Section 18 of Legal Metrology Act. The packaged commodities rules are framed. So for 18, the penal provision is Section 36, and there is a self penal provision in the rules also. So we follow according to for rule any violations under Rule 6 for retail packages, the necessary penalty like 5,000 penalty is prescribed under the penal norms. And if any offenses, if this is for intrastate, if any offenses committed by the interstate commodity manufacturer, in that case, the quantum of fine would be 25,000 for proprietary concern. If the product is manufactured by any limited company, in that case, all the directors are liable for commission of any offense. And the according to the penalty structure, that 25,000 will be multiplied by so many directors. And there is a nomination facility under the provision. If any director is nominated for the purpose of legal metrology act and rules, then that particular director and the company, only two penalties will be there, monetary penalties, monetary fines, and that is how the cases are going to be compounded. And if anybody is not convinced about the action of the authority, under such circumstances, they can approach the HOD, that is the state controller of legal metrology, preferring an appeal under Section 50 of the Legal Metrology Act. If any of the legal metrology officer seizes any commodities at your locations, or through at distribution level or at retail levels, for any deviations, violations, or contraventions, for such issues, if you are not convinced as a company or as a distributor or as a dealer or as a retailer, you can approach the controller of legal metrology, preferring an appeal under provision 50 of the Legal Metrology Act. Yes, madam.
Okay. Sir, we always speak of one law, one nation, but still the food industry is controlled by two important laws, that is FSSA and your department, legal metrology. So, is harmonization possible so as everything will come under one umbrella? Because I can give one example. For example, the font size. There is a variation between the legal metrology and the FSSAI. So the it becomes complicated for the industrialists to which to follow. Generally, because they are concerned with food, they try to follow only FSSAI. In this case, so if they go wrong, the legal metrology inspectors will naturally penalize them. So we feel that it should come under one umbrella. What is your opinion on this?
Yeah, actually, it is the policymakers' decision, but still, the legal metrology rules have its own prescription under Rule 7 of PC rules, packaged commodities rules. For legal metrology declarations, of course, yes, manufacturers have to follow the prescriptions. For legal metrology declarations, they have to follow the prescriptions of PC rules, Rule 7 only. For FSSI, I don't know what about the discrepancy and all, but for that regulation, they may have to follow their requirement.
Okay. Thing that is come very recently, that is GST 2.0. There is a mixed bag of opportunities and challenges for the food industry. While the simplified rate structure reduces the burden on many essentials, food business must navigate significant operational and regulatory hurdles during the transition. So, Mr. Raju, can you clarify and explain in brief about the advisory dated 18th September regarding the relaxation of the rules by the department for revised MRPs? Because now they need to revise the MRPs. That's the reason I'm asking you.
Yeah, actually, there is an advisory. Earlier, under provision 18.3, it was mandatory to circulate the revised prices in at least two leading newspapers, and the reduced for the reduced rate of price, they have to affix the lower priced stickers on the existing stock at different levels at like distribution at distributor level or retailer levels. Many manufacturers they preferred requisitions. They submitted the requisitions to the competent authorities. That is how actually it's been relaxed, from giving advertisements. It is optional. It is not that they should not give. It is now it's an optional. They can give advertisements in leading newspapers just to make the revised prices. The very intent of law, I'll tell you, to make the revised prices familiar to the buyers, consumers. That was the intent of law. And for lowered, price stickers, that was also mandatory. And now actually there is a relaxation for that also under the advisory, as you have mentioned, madam. But my humble request, my appeal to all the manufacturers, packers, importers, ensure the proper passing of this benefit of reduction, because it is not a small money. It is from the commodities have been reduced from some 350 odd commodities have been under the slab now, reduced rate of tax from 18 to 5. There is a huge difference of money. Please see that whether your network, that is distribution or retail, those people are passing that benefit to the consumers. We are also actually conducting inspections according to rule 18.2 of subrule 2 rule 18 of legal metrology packaged commodities rules. Excess pricing is an offense. It is a punishable offense under which any retailer or wholesale dealer or any manufacturer sells their commodity at the price exceeding the revised MRP, it amounts to an offense. Accordingly, they will be penalized. Is that clear, madam?
Yeah, sure. one thing that means now, according to this advisory, they need not even put the stickers. They can still, I mean, sell it, but knowingly that the price is reduced, they must pass on that to the consumers. But
Yeah.
at the same time, yeah. So how will they manage all these MRPs without? I mean, especially some of your inspectors and all will be having an eye on all these things. They'll. So how will they manage is a problem actually.
Yeah, actually, all the
Overcome.
manufacturers have to circulate the revised price list to their dealers or the entire network, and such lists even have to be submitted to the state controllers also. So, in turn, as a reference, we keep and we execute certain complaints. Now, actually, according to the study, according to the information what we had, some 4,000 odd, you know, complaints are have been lodged. We address these issues through National Consumer Helpline, that is NCH. They'll alert the complaints which are related to our department, like excess pricing and all. Then such complaints will also be executed. So inform all your retail network and the wholesale people and all to ensure passing on the right benefits to the consumer community
But
to
sir,
avoid
the
to avoid
goods.
the legal consequences.
Okay, but sir, the goods that were in transit when the new rates took effect are invoiced at the old rates, which creates accounting complications for the retailers. This can cause a major discrepancy between the purchase price and the new lower market price, requiring complicated credit adjustments. The question is how to overcome this issue across the country, because this is happening across the country. All the retailers and the distributors, it happens.
Yeah, very sorry. Actually, this adjustment is not within the scope of my law. This tax authorities need to address this.
Okay. What are the kind of penalties if the business is found to be retaining the tax savings without passing on to the consumers?
Yeah, as I have mentioned, if it is if such offences are committed by the retailer, individual, 5,000 penalty for the first offence.
What steps are being taken by the department to overcome the consumer confusions, as you were also saying, as we see many queries and grievances? Has the department planned any outreach programs to educate common consumers in this matter?
Yeah, consumer awareness is happening at our subdivisional level and district levels. We conduct the awareness programs, but the frequency has to be increased and it has to be intensified. We are planning for that.
Okay. See, I mean, we speak of all these packages, but in our system, we also have what is called as multi-piece, group, and combination packages. How to deal with the difficulty in transition of GST for these multiple piece, group, and combination packages?
Yeah, for your clarity, after all these multi-piece group, all these packages are finally the retail packages only. The retail package should carry the MRP. That MRP should be in accordance with the reduced GST.
Now my next question is the combined effect of lower tax on both the finished product and their packaging material, because it's not only the finished product, even the packaging materials, there is the GST has been reduced. So, and the packaging material, this both should be passed on in full to the end consumer. The full impact of GST cut on food products is yet to reach the consumers. Even me as a consumer, I don't feel it's happening. How do you think that the department can hasten this process?
Come back, please. Just once again.
No, see, the combined effect of the tax on both the finished product and the material, that is the packaging material, both should be passed on in full to the end consumer. The impact of GST cut on food product is yet to reach the consumers. The consumers, as of date, I don't think everybody has got the benefit. That's what I mean. So, how do you think that the department can hasten this process? Because all the time we are saying that it should reach the consumers, but I don't think it has reached till date. I mean, maybe a very few percentage it would have reached. That's why you are getting more complaints.
Yeah, that is why actually I have appealed all the manufacturers to ensure this, to join the hands in this process, sensitizing your all, distributors, retailers, and all to pass on the benefit, because we are also conducting the inspections. We pay surprise visits to the supermarkets and all many bazaars, and there we will cross check, taking out the print, especially at these software. Some of the they must be having old prices only in their software, billing software, so that has to be immediately uh, corrected for the new revised prices. Otherwise, the error keeps happening and the consumer gets cheated. There also, actually, we are cross-checking all this by ensuring the whether new price is being passed on to the consumer and all. Consumer also need to be aware of the new prices through some are giving the leading companies are giving advertisements. I saw it in the newspapers. Many companies are giving the advertisements about their revised prices, revised, coming down from 18 to 5 and all. New prices are being advertised, and for the commodities for which actually these advertisements are not given, for such commodities, even at the retail outlet, the retailer has to clarify that, keeping the circular of the respective company to the consumer, that the company price list, revised price list, he need to possess. And suppose if I get a doubt, he must be in a position to clarify that, showing the company's revised price list. That price list should be in accordance with the revised GST. Is that
Okay.
clear?
Yeah. So, one last thing, if it's not a question but a suggestion, that the department, instead of levying heavy penalties, must have a system similar to FSSAI in terms of adjudication for offenses and give the benefit of doubt, especially to micro SME and MSMEs. So this was a nice discussion, Mr. Raju, with you. You have made a lot of points. You have clarified to us. Thank you very much that you took time out of your busy schedule, as I am sure the department would be flooded with a lot of queries related to GST transition, which you already mentioned that you have received more than 4,000 consumer reactions observed within the first week of implementation. So I think now let's take up some questions from the audiences. So
One sec, I'll just clarify this particular point. Actually,
yeah,
department is not existing to impose the penalties only. Actually, we
mm,
our enforcement includes educating the stakeholders, like manufacturers, it may be consumer community, whoever it is. We keep educating even manufacturers also. Suppose as and when they require any such guidance or for their community, they can approach the department. Definitely we are there to conduct some awareness programs. This chamber of commerce and all, they can approach the department as and when it is required. Definitely we clarify the things and clarify certain rules which are applicable for their nature of trade, and that will be good to implement. So don't carry any doubts. So approach the department as and when you stuck with certain provisions of the law. We are there to clarify your things, and we are not there only to impose the penalties only. And our steps are also, educative. So for small things, for trivial nature of offense, definitely department won't initiate, stringent actions. For yes, if any important declarations like MRP itself is missing on the package, then department has to, because actually we are the guardians of the consumer. It is one of the important departments serving for the interest of the consumer. So we have to safeguard their interest, right? And I appeal all the manufacturing community to join the hands in this process, complying the respect the law, comply the norms. Wherever you find it is inconvenience, you can definitely submit your inconveniences to the lawmaking policy makers. Definitely that will be conveniently considered, and your views will be heard, and the necessary steps will be initiated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think we'll take up some questions from the
Yeah,
audience.
please, please.
So I think there is a question on the chat from Srinivas which says, can you please specify the timelines for the 100% implementation of the GST rules and reduction of prices? What is the guidance to legal metrology department?
Okay. Raju? Raju is there?
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. Okay.
Come back,
Yeah.
sir. I didn't get you.
So can you please specify the timelines for the 100% implementation of the GST rules and a reduction of prices? So,
Actually, this deadline is declared na, till March. So we keep conducting the inspections, but it is the trading community's responsibility to ensure the proper pricing. Whoever is erring in the course, they will be penalized.
okay. The next question is to pass the GST benefit to the consumer, shall we overprint the rate already printed in the laminate? Is it allowed?
Mm.
No, for such things, the lower priced stickers are allowed.
Okay, so no
But
overprinting.
the original price should not be altered.
Okay,
The
so
original price should not be altered, the first price.
mhm,
Besides that only you can put the lower reduced rate of price. That has to be. The consumer should understand what was the old price and what is the revised price. Whether that revised price is lower than the old price. There must be proper clarity.
got it. I think there is a question on, can you highlight the Delhi High Court verdict of 23rd September? Dr. Shashikant,
About
this question. Do you want to add anything to the question or further specify? Shashikant sir?
Mr. Raju, Shashikant here. See,
yes, sir.
recently I was reading that there is a Delhi High Court verdict on some Sharma or Verma et al., where the High Court has said it is null and void. If you cannot increase the grammage, you cannot increase the grammage and retain the same MRP. But practicality also should be taken into consideration because what happens is that the price points already, again, as some gentleman said, instead of stickering, can we do overprinting? It's all to minimize the wastage of the packaging material. So in which case already I have printed an MRP. Instead of lowering the MRP, I can give an additional grammage to the consumer. Why this cannot be considered, or why it's an I mean, as per law, it has been considered to be an offense.
Yeah, many manufacturers they are actually requesting the authorities, but on this issue, actually, the decision is not made yet. It is under consideration, I think. The final, we are waiting for the final directions about the issue. But according to the verdict, it is not allowed, right?
Yeah, as per the verdict, it's not allowed.
It
According to the
becomes a
verdict,
deceptive pack, probably.
yeah, according to the verdict, actually, the extra grammage to compensate the price is not allowed. And I'll tell you the practical difficulty the consumer is facing. This giving extra grammage to compensate the price will not be for the definite period. Nobody, figured out any definite period. Slowly, gradually, eventually, the many, these packers, they come back to their old grammage only, because my mindset of the consumer is what, even me as a consumer, I remember only the price. Today, some manufacturer will give 100 gram for 100 rupees. Tomorrow, what they do, they'll just reduce the grammage itself unknowingly. This has been a practice of many. I'm not blaming all, sorry. But if over a period of time, suppose for in 1 month's time, 2 months' time, 3 months' time, if the grammage is going to be reduced, then you can think about the consequence. You can think about its effect on the consumer. No, the manufacturers are not guaranteeing up to what time they are going to give extra grammage for this. Please debate on this. Today and tomorrow, up to 1 month, 2 months, they may give extra grammage, but how long? They may be for the time being, they may compensate. But what is the guarantee that it is going to be constant in future?
At the same time, the practicality of the industry, because the SME, MSME, micro, they constitute nearly, 40% of the market still. So their problems of pre-printed packaging material had to be taken into consideration, because when once MRP is printed, they give order for 1 year. That packaging material become a waste. It's impractical to put stickers on each and every pack when it is generated in lakhs and lakhs. So let us debate. Definitely, I think we should,
Lack of
Yeah,
through
time.
the
of
industry
course,
representation.
it's a good question, sir. But actually, the many have raised this concern. This manufacturing community, I think the decision is yet to be made on this. So let us wait. Okay.
So
Any
Ramesh, you
other
can
question?
continue. Ramesh, you can continue.
Yeah. Any other question, Ramesh?
No, so folks on the meeting, please put in your questions. There is one which says, what is the minimum SD allowed in MPE? Now, I'm sorry, I don't understand either SD or MPE, but I'm assuming the experts understand what it means.
MP is
MP is based on the quantity, net quantity.
No,
Okay,
SD is a standard deviation for the
okay,
MP.
got it.
That again, that depends upon the correction factor is always depends upon the lot size.
yeah, there's a lot size.
So compounding question I think was answered
That
earlier.
that will be circulated among the madam. I request you to kindly circulate that a particular
Yeah.
table yesterday what I have shared with you for
No,
their
that is
better
only, yeah,
better
allowed. What is the MP allowed? But as per the size, lot size, what is the deviation, standard deviation considered?
No, I think, see, that standard deviation, that can be referred to the table. That depends upon the
Yeah.
Yeah,
sample size.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, so that can be
Ki-
taken up
Kindly,
separately.
kindly circulate among the participants.
Yeah, that is also there. Yeah. Actually, if you want,
I have
I
a
can read
one
out
more.
the standard deviation if you want. If the lot size is 100 to 500, then sample size is 50 and correction factor will be 0.379. 501 to 3200, the sample size is 80, correction factor is 0.295. Then more than 3200 lot size, then the sample size is 125 and correction factor is 0.234.
So that answers that.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, Ramesh, if you permit me, I had a small observation to make. Is Mr. Raju putting an additional label on a small pack is not again practically put another sticker or label. Earlier, there was a provision of printing all the necessary information as per the law on a wholesale pack, which carries the small, pack. Like, for example, say 1 rupee Vicks packet or 1 rupee, toffee. It's very difficult to print all the information in the surface area. So the wholesale pack can carry the information. Am I right in understanding this?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that is there.
I'm getting this, but still, every retail pack is meant for individual consumer. Individual consumer must be in a position to get the all the mandatory declarations on retail pack. So mere putting the information on wholesale pack alone won't serve the purpose, and it is not a total compliance of the law.
No, below 10 square centimeter, I think that is permitted. Only net weight is put on that, not even MRP.
For such, smallest
Mm,
packs, they can attach the tag. That tag should consist of all the
yeah,
declarations.
all them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And for less than 10 grams, these declarations are not mandatory.
Not, yes, exactly.
The applicability of law starts from 10 gram onwards.
Okay.
So I think we don't have any other questions. Any last minute questions before we wrap up?
Mm,
And pose your questions if you have any. And I'll say that the necessary information about the department's contact details and the website and all will be shared through Madam. So
yeah,
among the participants, we'll just share the website and email ID, all that will be shared. So as and when you require any clarifications from the department, you can approach through mailing or you can contact directly. We are there to clarify your things. Kindly, I request every manufacturers or whoever are participating to comply the law for for everybody's safety. Because for my commodity, if I am a manufacturer, I am the manufacturer for that commodity only. But every at other places, I am a common consumer. But as a consumer, I have every right to know about the commodity. So only certain set of informations made mandatory under the provisions of the law. Kindly comply the law for a you know safe future.
thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Thank
Ramesh, you
you.
can wind up
Thank you all.
once again. Ramesh,
Yes, sir. So thank you
yeah,
everyone for joining in. Thank you, Mr. Raju, for taking out time. I think it's very
Thank
important
you, sir.
for people to sort of understand this. I have always believed that people don't comply because they don't know. I know there is a set which knows and does not comply, but a lot of time it is people who don't know who don't comply, right? So I think knowledge sharing is very, very important. So you are with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Savitri ma'am, for
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
moderating the
My
session.
my pleasure.
Shashikant sir for setting this up and coordinating. Like sir mentioned, the Innovative Food Foundation, our goal is to spread as much knowledge as possible among the community of food, small, medium, large enterprise, everybody, to make it safer for everyone. So that's really our goal. And this is our first webinar. We'll have another one. We are doing a huge event at the Orion Mall in Rajaji Nagar, a full 1 day event with a lot of activities to get people familiar. So we are celebrating the World Food Day, and the theme is collaboration. So how we can all work together towards safer food. So that's really the theme. So we look forward to seeing a lot of you there. And if there are any other interesting topics that you would like us to cover, you now have our mail IDs. Please send an email to with you at infofo.in. That's our mail ID. You can visit our website, and any questions, we are happy to help. So thank you, everyone, and have a good evening. And we'll see you again, hopefully at Rajajinagar, otherwise on the next webinar that happens here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raju.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Savitri.
Thank you.